Om Shanti. So we continue with the topic of the severance from the union with pain. And in the previous talk, I gave some homework. I asked you to think if there was any desire that you were able to fully fulfill, meaning that you felt completely satisfied and this satisfaction was long-lasting. And it gave you pure happiness, such that is not mixed with any type of pain, including worries, concerns, anxieties, etc. And that you are not bound to it, meaning that you are still free to come and go as you wish. And I hope you were able to think about that. And the yogis tell us, if you really, really look into our desires, you see that there is no such thing. No such thing as a desire that can be completely fulfilled. It always keeps us longing for something more. And therefore, whatever contentment we get from the fulfilling of the desire is not long-lasting. And then it is never pure happiness. There is always this little thing that's mixed with it. This little degree of pain, at least little, sometimes it's more, that is mixed with it. And then we want to stay with this happiness. We want to stay with this satisfaction. So we start doing things that bind us. So we get bound. We're not free to come and go as we please. And yogis tell us that this cycle of fulfilling desires and looking for more, and fulfilling and looking for more, and fulfilling is looking for more, and increasing more and more and more our bondage to so many things is the issue, is what keeps us all the time in pain. To some degree, to some extent. And if we want to get rid of this pain, we need to look elsewhere. And to illustrate it, they offer a very sweet story about a sewing lady who was outside at night looking for her sewing needle under the street light. And she was looking and looking and looking, and couldn't find. And then a young lady passes by and sees that the sewing lady is very disturbed and asks, "Sweet lady, what happened? Why are you so disturbed?" She told her, "You know, I'm a sewing lady and I lost my needle and I cannot sew. So I have to find the needle." And both of them come under the street light and start looking and looking and looking and looking, and after some time, the young lady says, "Ma'am, you know, we've been looking and looking and couldn't find, but maybe if you can tell me exactly where you lost the needle, we can focus our search a little bit more." And the sewing lady says, "Oh, I lost it in the house, in my sewing room, of course." And the young lady says, "So why are we here under the street light?" And the sewing lady says, "Because here there is light." So this is the same with us and desires. We have this urge, this need, this deep, deep, deep inherent birthright, actually, to be happy, but to be fully happy, completely happy, all the time, and we can't find it. So we go out and look for it in the wrong places because they are more accessible to us, or rather more immediately accessible to us. And then we spend so much time looking and looking, but we find nothing. And the yogis tell us, stop looking in the wrong place. Stop looking outside. And the journey of yoga is the journey of going inside. Going deep, deep inside and starting to look for those things that really build our experience, that are the real building blocks of our experience and the real determining factors of our joy or our sorrow. Yogis tell us it is all inside. And the more you go outside and you look for it outside, the more you'll get yourself distance from the ability to find that which you've been looking for so long and so hard. And they offer philosophy and a set of practices on how we can look inside and how we can find our true essential divine nature and experience it on a day-to-day basis. Of course, this process is gradual. It requires practice and some other things that we will discuss. But they say it is out there and you can do it. And it's so worthwhile. It's actually the only thing worthwhile. And what is this, the nature of our external search, is the first thing that we need to understand in order to have any type of motivation to do something else and to embark on the path to the severance of the union with pain. And we will discuss that in further talks. Om Shanti.